Tonight is anniversary of a few things I wanted to bring up. One thing I wanted to mention in Newington. Does anybody know what's going on in Newington tonight?
No.
They're having a public referendum. They're spending $30 million of the public money, and the town supports the referendum, which I think is an excellent thing. They're going to build a community center, which would benefit everybody in the community, not just the select few. I thought that was kind of interesting. Also, in 1776, the Congress renamed the nation the United States of America for the first time. 1792, Thomas Jefferson wrote a letter to George Washington, basically defending himself. He was attacked anonymously in some publications. I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but the Federalist Papers, the Anti-Federalist Papers, were written by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, John Jay. Well, I don't want to get too far into it, but under an array of different pseudonyms. And basically, I did a little bit of research on that after I read that letter pertaining to the date, because this month is also the anniversary of a date where I came to the city council meeting, and there was a member on that side who happened to point a finger at Steve Collins and said, "You, Steve Collins, you talk to your owner and you tell him we don't want anybody saying anything bad about Bristol. We're spending the public's money." Or he didn't say public's money. But I thought that was a little bit ridiculous. I mean, to attack anonymous free speech, I mean, this is part of the foundation of our country. And it really led me to start digging into some of the details. And I found that a lot of times when speech was being limited by members of the city and certain stakeholders, it all had to do with some redevelopment that was going on. And promoting the city should be done to the people of the city, not just people outside the city. So if you have people in the city that don't like what's going on, that doesn't mean you try to shut them up. You know, that's what motivated me to start coming and speaking at these meetings. And you can see, if you look at the history of Supreme Court cases, anonymous free speech has been protected in many different cases. Lowell versus Griffin in 1938. You have Talley versus California in 1960. You have McIntyre versus Ohio Elections Committee in 1988. And so on and so forth. But basically, one of the decisions said, protections of anonymous speech are vital to democratic discourse. Allowing dissenters to shield their identities frees them to express critical minority views. Anonymity is a shield from the tyranny of the majority. It thus exemplifies the purpose behind the Bill of Rights and of the First Amendment in particular, to protect unpopular individuals from retaliation at the hand of an intolerant society. And I found myself in some of the same positions that some of our forefathers found themselves in. And it doesn't seem like I have the piece of paper here in regard to exactly what it was. All right. Well, basically, let me just cut then to the plan of conservation and development, which is much different than it ever was before. There's changes. If you look at the state plan, you can look at the differences, and it's actually outlined. Public Act 05-205, 08-182, 09-230, 10-138, and 14-35 are all changes to the way that we do development now. And basically, my concern is the voices of certain people, stakeholders that are backers of this plan, which the free market has rejected. We've had Gowen in York come and say that it's not financially feasible, which most people already knew. And they just seem to press on with this willingness to move forward regardless. And it's too bad. I guess I'll get to the rest of it next time around.
Thank you.
Thank you.